Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today's video is my March 2023 Order Club card kit that I will be sending out to customers who placed orders with me in the month of March. The card is based on the little card here in the Life's a Hoot Digital Art Collection. You can see that there. I switched it up. This cut out all the little letters, and I decided I wasn't going to burden you with all of that. And so I am just going to stamp a sentiment on the card for you. I'm going to use Mocha Ink. I believe this is honey butter cardstock for the base, a little piece of mocha for some trim, Glacier. This I believe is papaya. Could be papaya, I don't remember. These two little flowers that you see here, they are in here in your kit floating around. You can see they're on the back of this one. They're just in there, so be very careful as you remove the contents from this sleeve that you don't lose those. If you do lose them, it's not a big deal. You can stamp something there, or you can just go without. I think it would look fine either way. The sentiment I am using, it comes from an old but tried and true May through August of 2020 Craft with Heart card making subscription. These are those stamp sets that are exclusive to Craft with Heart, and I love this thank you kindly. So that's the sentiment I'm going to put on here. In order to get some adhesive going on here, I'm going to bring in my mat, because it will clean up nicely. This is very delicate. If you find that there are still some bits in here, you can pick those out. I did my best, but I wasn't going to spend a ton of time trying to fish all of those out. I'm putting some glue on the mat, and I like the mat because it will wipe up very nicely. And I'm just going to do a little dabbing. You can probably use a spray adhesive if you have that. You could also take a sponge dauber or a sponge and do a little dabbing on the back. I am just doing it this way because I am lazy. This goes on top of this pattern paper. This pattern paper came from I think it's the January, February, March mix-in paper pack. May or may not be available anymore, but I thought it was really cute and a subtle enough pattern that it doesn't distract. I'm going to just dab these little flowers in here. And it doesn't matter which one you put where. Just getting them in the middle so you can see how that looks. There we go. That looks better. I can move this to the side. That glue will wipe right up. I can start putting the card together. The strip of Glacier goes on the bottom edge of the card, so make sure you're putting it at the end that opens. And then this little guy, I think this will work. I'm just going to put a little strip of adhesive. And then I can just rub up my, you can use your finger, or if you have one of those erasers. I do have an eraser, but it's out of reach at the moment. So I'm just gonna rub that off. There you go. So this piece of, this is a 1 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of Glacier, and then a 1/2 inch by 5.5 inches. And the card base is 5.5 by 4 1/4. We have this that we will put on there, but first I am going to stamp with my Mocha Ink. And I'm just holding it in place. That looks good. And now we can put a little glue on the back. You could use adhesive, tape runner, dot runner, whatever you have that you like. I'm using glue. And I like it when the bottom of the flower cluster is on top of the little brown strip. But if you don't like it on there, don't put it on there. Oh, look at that, a piece of something here. Good golly. Get that in place, and that's it. That's all there is. Super simple. I love those digital cut files. I will say this is a delicate cut, and I did not have a brand new mat for my Cricut, and so it does tend to tear if it gets into this really used, loved part of that mat. There can be some issues. So for delicate cuts like this, I recommend a newer mat and a newer blade to make that work successfully for you. Thank you so much for being my customers and shopping with me. I hope you enjoy your card kits for March 2023. Have a blessed crafty day, and I will see you next time.